Hey all, welcome to Parker's Reefs. On today's episode, we're going to go to my local fish shop who is having a huge open to the public unboxing night. Alright, welcome to Parker's Reefs, and on this episode, as touched on in the intro, we are heading down to my local fish shop who is doing an open to the public unboxing night. Now, if you've not heard of this before, it's something that we used to do way back in times before COVID and pandemics and things like that, where new stock would come in for the weekend, normally on a Thursday night. And the local fish shop where I go to frequently, DeerPark Aquarium, would often have open to the public unboxing nights where you would get a first glimpse and the opportunity to purchase straight out of the box the latest stock. Now, these slowly built up momentum and became quite a social event, which was a really cool aspect of the hobby that personally I think we've really missed out on over the last couple of years. So when my local fish shop reached out and said, I'm thinking about doing a big unboxing night just to get the ball rolling again and getting in maybe up to about 40 boxes worth of stock, the brand new G6 Radions, a huge delivery of Kamoa, restocking all the AI Neros, getting Auto Aqua smart skimmer switches, maybe even some sea hares, a whole heap of coral and fish in. Would you like to come along? And I'm like, dude, I will take the day off work and come help set up for the day. So I figured that's where we'll get this video rolling. I will point out that as it turns out, I did spend quite a lot of time bagging fish and coral, so probably didn't get as much footage as I'd love to, but I still got plenty of cool footage to show you guys how the night went down, and I can't wait to see you at the next unboxing. So let's roll the footage. I'll walk you through how the night went down. Alright, so yes, the brand new G6 Radions are in, and DeerPark did get a good collection of them in, from the XR15s in the pros, the blues, the XR30s in the pros and blues. This is just what's on the shelf. He actually has more hidden away in the store, and a couple even on display over some of the coral tanks. Of course, a good assortment of the other AI products as well as Ecotech products, and of course the Reef factory range there as well. So it wasn't just dry goods, obviously. There's a lot of livestock coming in tonight, and just before all the stock came in, we did get stuck in, and as you can see, we did mount up the new Radions there. We got the Pro and Blue over the end nanos there, so people can have a look at the new lights with the Gen 5s behind them, so you can compare. All of those lights are on the same AB Plus schedule, so you can have a look at how they're running and how they're bringing out the colours and the corals. But you can see we got these fish systems ready. And when I say we, I mostly mean Dave and Mark, but I did pop in and lend a hand at the 11th hour. And you can see the team are expecting a huge delivery of fish. So these systems have all been condensed so that these systems could be cleaned up, ready to go to accept the new fish, as well as the coral systems. They got tidied up as well. These clams, there's still some gorgeous clams here on the shelf, and well, on the coral shelf, I guess. And you can see they do respond very nicely to my camera pointing over the top of them, which I always love to see because it gives you some pretty wicked footage. But no shortage of clams in stock, and plenty of bare shelf space for brand new corals to come in shortly. But it's not just empty coral spaces. There's actually quite a decent assortment of coral already in store. So I'll give you a quick tour around of what's already in, because I suspect when the new coral comes in, I might be pretty busy and not have as much time with the camera. So let's have a wander around. Check out these Trachophilias here. This big rainbow one here with reds and blues. I've got Homer jiggling for justice there, because that tracky's just flubbering away there in the flow. There's some equally nice but somewhat cheaper options there as well, but that big guy, if my angel didn't eat him, I'd be bagging him up to take home. We've still got those crazy gold chalice. I have no idea how they're still here. And speaking of having no idea how they're still here, these two gold hammers here, I'll just put some of the DSLR footage of them on screen. Holy heck, look at the green stems with gold top, and then the blue stems with gold top. Two crazy, crazy hammers that somehow have not sold yet, but here we are. I come over to the torch tank, which I have to admit my camera is having huge issues adjusting to the colour in this tank, probably because these torch are ridiculously bright and a huge assortment of colours, but plenty of torch in. And over this side of the SPS system, you can see we've condensed up some of the existing SPS. I say existing, a lot of this came in this week, so it's still pretty fresh and there's some bargains to be had there. Now we'll pan over here. We've got over in the $200 tank here, a great assortment of hammers, from big show pieces to smaller pieces. I quite like this toxic, I guess it's a mottle. It has a little bit of mottle in it. Solid green in there is quite nice. There's another really nice mottle there. Some nice red cynarias. Up the end here, we've got some things for the rick fans there. Good assortment of ricks. Nice zoa tiles here if you're looking to set up a zoa garden. But the night is not just about coral. In fact, it's probably more about fish. There's quite a lot of fish coming in this delivery. Well, these number of deliveries. So I should take you through the fish that are currently in before we get the new fish in. And you can see some really nice clowns there. Good assortment of antheas. Over here, you've got a transitioning emperor there. Moorish idol. You can see golden midas blennies, some lawnmower blennies. Coral beauties here, some Australian stripies. In fact, Dave's got a heap of Australian stripies in at the moment. I love that nice yellow angel there, some Great Barrier Reef chromis. Scanning through these systems because there is quite a lot of fish in these systems. We've got some nice, more mature, I believe they're Picasso clowns, Harlequin tusk, a couple of different wrasse varieties in there. Yes, more Australian stripies, another variant on some chromis. I don't think they're your standard blue-greens. I could be wrong, but they look like they've got a little black line on top of them. Golden Midas, I can see looks like a bristle nose tang there. And yeah, check out the markings on that clownfish. Very, very nice indeed, particularly for a nice mature-sized clown. Up into this system, we've got a little bit more of a predator system going on in here with some triggers, blonde lipsticks, looks like a hawk, a coral cod, I think that is there, backing away from the camera. Nice eel hiding out in the pipe. And then down into this system, I wouldn't say it's a predator system, but it's a large fish system. And I don't know many of them at all. So we're going to pan over to some of the new fish that came in this delivery. Have a look at these guys. Long, thin clowns. Now, I will get the DSLR out and get some better footage of these for you in a minute. But not something I've seen in person before. So pretty cool to see. Got a pair of mocha storms there with a red ruby dragonet. In fact, we've got a heap of red ruby dragonets in this order, which is cool. This guy here is not a pommer. He is actually a maze angelfish, and I will get the DSLR on him for you in a second. Super cool fish, particularly when he hits mature coloration, which is unusual. Normally they're beautiful when they're juvenile, and then they get a bit boring when they're older. But you can see we've got the maze angel, gold flake angel, and a miss bar regal angel all in here. Some primo fish. Plus a pintail wrasse, which we'll get to in a second. Scopaz in there as well, but see the gold flake angel has come up to the camera there, and yes, I will get the DSLR on them so you can have a good look in a second. The Miss Bar Regal is kind of chilling out at the back there, along with the pintail, but these are some pretty primo fish, and I couldn't help but, you can see the red ruby dragonets there. I couldn't help but get the DSLR out to get some good footage of them. So let's get that onto them now. Let's see if we can find one of these beauties. And I know that gold room wants the camera, but have a look here, courtesy of Jake at Reef Builders. Have a look at the coloration of the maze angel when it gets more mature. Crazy, crazy fish. Got the pintail wrasse there, although the gold flake angel has actually come to steal the camera. Still a juvenile, but they're another fish that just gets even better with age. So pretty cool to see a little juvenile one of them that's just going to grow into your system. Heading over here, we have another look at that maze. I love his kind of almost underbite. He's got that real grunty look to him. Beautiful coloration, even as a juvie. But yeah, I hope someone that buys this fish is someone I know so I can see what he looks like when he gets a bit older. Heading over to the left here, another little rare specimen in this order, a beautiful flame angel. These have been super scarce of late, and this is a very nice example indeed. Very red with a very bright contrasty black lines with that little fade through to orange and yellow through, and of course the blue highlights on the tips, which is always nice. Let's have a closer look at that pintail wrasse, because I didn't really get a good chance to zoom in on him before the gold flake came and stole the footage. He's still been a little bit shy. This dude was literally just unbagged, so to see him kick about and already looking at food is always a great sign. But wow, I've seen these fish once they settle into the tanks, and their colours are so bright, and of course that beautiful shaped tail is always a sight to see. And yeah, probably I guess the flavour of the month, I guess you would say, in clownfish, but the long fin clowns. Some people love them, some people hate them, but whichever side of the camp you're on, I guess you can appreciate just the amount of effort goes into breeding these characteristics in these fish. And you can see these are probably not the longest fins I've seen from pictures online, but there's definitely no doubting that they are a long fin. In fact, they look almost beta-like in a freshwater beta sense, not a marine beta. And you see they're super, super active, particularly for fish that have just came out of the bag. And as I did touch on, we do have other special clowns in from your mocha storms here. This pair here got very, very nice markings indeed. They're just sussing out their new home after coming out of the bag. And then, of course, we've got the black storms as well. This pair being a little less paired up at the moment, but like I did touch on, they have just come out of the bag, so it's completely understandable. Alright, the time has come. We are at unboxing time, both coral and fish. You can see Dave is working hard away here in the front room, which is normally the dry room, to unbox all these corals. He's having a bit of a laugh because I'm showing his boxer shorts. We'll head on in store. You can see there is a small crowd here already. The fish have been taken out of their boxes and are just acclimating up to temperature in the systems where we think we're going to put the fish, because we don't always know what fish we're getting until they actually arrive. So we're putting them out into the systems where we think they'll get compatibility wise, and then Mark's going through unbagging those fish and getting them into their new temporary homes. You see the SBS shipment has come in. There's still some more to go in the other side, which Dave is currently unboxing, and there is a decent crowd in to see what is coming out of these bags. There has been some corals come out already, and we'll go into those in a second. Some beautiful monsoon frags. Dave's just bringing in some new SBS, which as you can tell, swiftly gets my attention, so we'll get the camera around and see if we can have a look. He's just unboxing those in the front room and then bringing them out to place in the tanks, and you can see the pundits are patiently waiting to see which comes out, and then we'll bag them up and pop them into a little holding tank for them while they wait for more stock to come out. We'll quickly run around the tank here and see if we can get a bit of a glimpse. It's Rob just saying if he needs me to get out of it, if he needs to move at all, but no, I can get around him okay. There's some beautiful SBS coming in here, and it's always nice, in my opinion, to see the SBS tank full, because they are some of the corals I enjoy looking at the most. SBS is one of those things I find the longer you look at them, the more you find, and they are also interesting in that throughout the course of a day, they can change so much just as they react to aquarium life, particularly the wild ones, and also just the different lights over them. Have a look at all the fish in here. We've got quite a late night ahead of us, but I did touch on some incredible hammer frags from Monsoon, and they were probably one of the hits of the night, maybe next to the red ruby dragonets. And just before this one gets snapped up by a couple of frequent shoppers to DeerPark, have a look at this beautiful green and gold hammer frag. Now, that has just come out of the bag, so it is settling in, of course, but holy heck, that's a bright hammer. Very solid green stems with very bright yellowy gold tips. Sensational piece. One more oddity that I was able to grab a quick bit of footage of in between bagging up corals and fish for customers was this incredible sea apple for regular customer Scuba Steve. I know he's got the perfect tank for this specimen, so it's going to be really cool to see that settle into his tank, and I can't wait to visit one day to get some footage of it in its new home. Alright guys, there it is. That was DeerPark's huge open to the public unboxing night. Now, it does not end there. Whilst there is still a heap of stock left from Thursday night's unboxing, since then till now when this video is going live, he's also picked up an additional 100 SBS frags, 100 peppermint shrimp, 100 white glove shrimp, and even a few more LPS pieces to go along with all of the stock that is still there, because to be honest, there is still a heap of stock left over from Thursday night. So I'm about to jump in the car and head up to do my day's work on Saturday at DeerPark Aquarium, and I would love to see you there. If you saw anything in the video you'd love to snap up for your tank, I know personally I'm going to be keeping a close eye on those Monsoon hammer frags, because wow, they were bright, and to be able to put a few different pieces together and get that real contrasty color is exactly what I'm looking for in a hammer garden. So we'll see how they go, but you know my motto, I do like to leave stock at least there for a week just to make sure all of you guys at home get the opportunity to purchase it before I do, because I feel like it's the only fair thing to do. Anyway, guys, I better stop talking. I've got to get in the car because I do need to go do another day's work at DeerPark Aquarium. So I'll leave things at that. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, or anything at all, pop it in the comments section down below. If you enjoy the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're yet to subscribe, please consider doing so. It takes 2 seconds of your time. Costs no money at all. Just click that button in the bottom corner there. Other than that, guys, till next time, thanks so much for watching. Stay safe, keep reefing. Bye.